What's up, guys? Mike Powell here. Another episode of Dock Talk. Instead of being on the dock, today we're in the shop. So we'll label this one Shop Talk. Today I'm down here hanging out with one of my sponsors, Rich Silva, who runs Rider Source, one of the largest online retailers in the game. And we're just going to ask him a few questions and see what it's like being on top of the game in the industry. So, Rich, welcome to the show.
How's it going?
Pretty good. So how'd you get into the sport, and how long just give me a run through. How long you been in the sport? What do you do right now for the sport?
Well, I would say I started about 20 years ago, and was doing snowboards and met H.O. Joe, who was the Hyperlight rep at the time, selling Hyperlight snowboards. And they brought me on to do the wakeboards and snowboards for the brand, and just always loved being around water. I surf, snowboard.
Outdoorsy shit.
Yeah, anything with water, I'm in it. And so that was a great job for a lot of years. And I realized, pretty quick that being on the other side, being a retailer, you have the ability to do a lot more. You have a bigger impact on, different regions and areas. And, it's always greener on the other side, basically. And so shortly after becoming a sales rep, I realized I wanted to be a retailer and, set my sights on it and opened up this store about 4 years ago.
Sick. So now that you've been in it for 20 plus years, tell me where the coolest place that the sport's taken you, and one of the coolest things that you've seen over the years.
My answer to that's probably a lot different than other people's.
That's perfect. That's why you're on my show.
Yeah. A lot of years ago, you could have asked me, and I would have said, the Delta or Shasta is like, my favorite place to be. But now, one of the best parts of my job is actually having a booth at the Sacramento Boat Show. It's always been a dream of mine to not just work the booth, but to, have my own store and have my own store be in the show and be able to offer products to customers and kind of make a bigger impact, on the territory.
Sick. So then also tell me where's okay, so is that your answer for that?
Yeah.
The boat show's the coolest place it's taken you?
Yeah, the boat show. Since I was a kid going to the San Francisco Boat Show, it was so exciting, and going in there, we'd go in there once a year and we'd pick out all our stuff. And, my heart has always been set on, making a big impact at that show. I feel like that's the
Good
one
presence.
of the best places you can be in any specific territory.
Most definitely. And all the big names are in the game are there at that show.
Yep.
Right? So best way to network and do all that stuff in the industry, right?
Yep.
So, all right. So then tell me, what do you see too much of, or what do you see a lot of over the years that you would just want to see less of, What do you want people to focus on more in this sport, or what are you just kind of bummed out of seeing?
I'm going to answer that question a little bit differently. Back in the day, there was a lot of progression. There was a lot of stores. There was a lot of sales reps. There was a lot of team riders. A lot of shops that were doing grassroots things. And, lately I've been thinking about what we're missing. And we're missing those demo days. Those grassroots demo days that, customers call me all the time and they say, I really wish I could try that board, or I really wish I could try that surfboard. And, there's nowhere I could even send them. There's no schedule. There's not a lot of that going on anymore. And, so I guess what, the way I'm going to answer that is I really want, to bring that back. I want to try to have an annual demo day and get customers out there trying all the different surfboards and wakeboards and stuff. And I think that's, the fundamental part of the sport that we're missing,
Yeah, I hear you. So, I know it takes a lot of money. One of the first times we got together, our first season together, we did a demo and you helped me out, and hopefully I helped you out enough there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But when we did it, man, it costs a lot of fucking money.
Yep.
And then along with that, it's time, and it's time away from your business,
Yep.
time away from your family, and other things that we want to do. So, just as a sport, we should probably try to do it all more collectively. Yeah.
For sure. I think, I think, you know, the grand vision I have is getting kind of a boat show on water, you know, where you have all the stores, all the boat brands, all the wakeboard brands, all the wake surf brands all together, helping push each other and push the momentum and getting that kind of camaraderie and you know, that grassroots feeling, the excitement you get when you show up to an event like that, you know, bringing all the you know, exposing new people to it.
Yeah.
So
Rad, dude. And then, so tell me, what's like your favorite thing about the sport right now? Like, what are you so stoked on heading into 2018? It's mid-November, 2017. So we got some shit cooking right now. We're kind of in grind mode / getting our ass kicked mode. Going into 2018, what are you looking forward to?
you know, the most exciting thing for me right now, sales wise, and also just as a rider or surfer, is wake surfing. You know, wake surfing to me is what is pushing the sport right now. It's allowing people to sell, you know, boats. They're a lot more expensive, and they're a lot more in demand, and people buy a lot more of them right now.
So wake surfing, you're super stoked on surfing.
Yeah, so you know, one of the most exciting things right now in the industry, and has been for a few years now, is wake surfing. The boat brands have really gotten behind it. The manufacturers have gotten behind it. There's a lot of what I call garage companies that are making these wake surfboards. You know, all over California, Texas, Florida. You know, some of the northern states, and it's exciting. You know, it's like how wakeboarding and snowboarding were back in the day, where you know, you don't just have, you know, a few brands. You have a lot of momentum and a lot of enthusiasts, and people are out there, you know, creating their own brands, and they're coming up with some really cool styles that are pushing the sport, and you know, it's exciting. It's exciting as a retailer to be a part of that, and it feels good. It feels good to you know, to help and grow a new sport. So
Sick, thanks. And then just one last one. Why do you help me out? Why do you help me? Why you like me, Rich?
Mike, you know, for those of you who don't know Mike, most of you guys probably do. You know, when I first decided I wanted to open my store, I started talking to Mike about it. I knew he was from this area in San Jose, and you know, we just kind of sat down, and he was all about helping me. I'm always all about helping anybody who, you know, wants to progress in the industry, and for the last 4 years, Mike has been right there by my side, and he's, you know, I can't do it without him, really, you know.
Right on, Rich. Thanks for coming on my show.
Yep.
We're gonna rock it till the fucking wheels fall off, yeah?
All right.
All right. Thanks so much for watching. It's another episode of Doc Talk, but we're in the shop today. You guys like what you've seen, go ahead and comment below. Let me know if you want to see more of certain things. And then also like and share the video if you dig it. Thanks for your time, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow.